Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome to my channel. I'm AK. In this video, I'm going to show you how to easily push your new project to GitHub as a new Git repository. So this is going to be a step-by-step guide for those who want to upload their project onto GitHub. So in this video, we are going to use this Flutter project as our Git repository. So this is going to be a project we are uploading on GitHub. Okay, this is a new project and there is no GitHub repository associated with this account. So first of all, we need to open up our browser and then go to github.com. If I open it, it will show my account right away because I already logged in. If you did not log in, please log into your account. If you do not have an account, please create one and open the main page here, and you should have a similar page to this one. All right, so in order to create a new repository, we should come to up here on top. As you can see, I don't know, maybe I should. Okay, now everything is all right. Something went wrong because the color of the page was different. So here on the main page, you can come up top here. Here there is a plus button. If I tap on it, it will show me a drop down menu and there is a new repository option. If I press on it, it will open up a new page where I can set up my repository. This is the settings for this new repository we are creating. So the first one is the name, repository name, and we need to give it a unique name. That name should be unique among your projects or repositories inside this account. Okay, and that's going to be Tasbih. That's the name. That's the same name as my project. As you can see inside the VS Code, that's the name Tasbih. That is the name of my project. So, and then the next one is description. If you want to add a description, you can add a description. I don't want that. I will just skip it. And then the next one is if you want your project or repository to be available for everyone, you can make it as public, or else you can just make it private. If you make it private, that's available only to you. And then add a README file. If you want to add a README file, you can add it. If you do not want it, you can skip it. I will just skip it. And the next one, you can add a custom gitignore template. What gitignore template is that it actually gives you control of which files and folders should be uploaded to GitHub. That's basically that thing. All right, we don't want anything. We don't want any custom template because here in my project, when I create a Flutter project, it already have a gitignore file. So here, if I open it, so as you can see, there are some folder and file names, and these folders and file names are excluded when we are pushing our project to GitHub. So I will actually I'll show you what I mean later. So that's the actual gitignore file. If you want to add a custom gitignore file, you can add it, or you can just leave it as it is. I will leave it as it is. And then license, I don't want any license associated with my project. I will just skip it. So if you want, you can add. There are some options, okay? And I'll tap on create repository button. And it will show me a new page where it gives me some options. Creating a new repository on the command line and pushing an existing repository from the command line, or importing code from another repository. So these are three options we can use when we are creating a new Git repository. So what we need here is this section, create a new repository on the command line. So now I'll come here again later. I will open my project. Here, as you can see, my project is open on VS Code, and VS Code's terminal is also open. And the folder, the folder we are in is Tasbih folder. That's the same project file name, folder name, as you can see. So if you do not want to use any code editor terminal, then you can actually use just regular terminal. So you can open your terminal, I'll just make it bigger so that you can see it easily. Okay, here basically you need to be inside your project's folder, root folder. Okay, and then you can run any command I will run in this video, and that should work just good. Okay, I will show you here. On Mac, what you can do, you can easily drag and drop the folder, and it will actually give you the path of that folder. As you can see, I have this folder is going to be the folder, the project folder, and I will add cd to the top of this path, and if I press enter, it will lead me to Tasbih's folder. This is the folder we are in right now. Okay, you can run any command line here. If you are on Windows or something, or Linux, then you can actually get the path of it and just go to that path, and that should work just good as well. So I'll close it, and then here I will show everything on VS Code terminal, because while we are actually running command lines, git command lines, it will actually change the status of these files and folders, and that's easy to visualize. Okay, I'm going to show you that. Now we are opening GitHub again. That's the same page. Here you have a bunch of command lines. So basically you are going to run these command lines one by one. The first one, echo some message inside quotation marks and readme-md. So this command line basically creates a readme.markdown file writing this text inside it. Okay, I don't want that. If you want it, you can actually create readme file and then add some message to it. We can just skip it, we don't need this. So the next one, this is the important command line, git init. This command line creates or initializes, to be precise, initializes a new Git repository inside our project. Okay, git init, as you can see, I copied and pasted it here. If I tap enter, press enter, and then it will actually initialize a Git repository. As you can see, this the folder and file colors change it to green and gray. That is because VS Code actually takes control of the status of your project if you are associating it with Git repository. All right, so now we ran the first command line and initialize the Git repository inside our project, and the next one is git add readme.md. so we don't need that one as well. It basically says do you want to add this readme.md file as well. So instead of that, we want to add everything inside our git add, right? Git add, we want to add everything inside this project to our Git repository, because this is a new project. We want to upload all of our code to GitHub. So that's why we want to run git add dot. Okay, not like that. Git add space, one space and dot. So this dot means here, this context. Okay, everything inside this project. So, but there's one thing. If you run this command line, it is not going to add the files and folders which are gray here. These gray folders are actually ignored, git ignore. As you can see here, I mentioned this git ignore file before. This git ignore file actually ignores the files and folders included here when you are pushing your project to GitHub. And this build folder, for example, here, as you can see, gray, this is not going to be included in your Git repository, because you are putting it here. Basically, you are saying, please do not, add this folder to my Git repository when I'm pushing my project to GitHub. So that's basically it. All right. So I don't want to go in detail to this. So I will run this command line git add. As you can see, the color of folders and files changed to a little bit darker green, right? So that's because we added everything to our package or container. Now it's actually it's ready to be shipped to GitHub. The next command line is we want to actually give it a message with git commit message and our message. So I will copy it and come up here and paste it. As you can see, git commit -m first commit. So we are just leaving this first commit message as it is. You can actually change it. Instead of first commit, I will say, I don't know, initial commit. You can write anything you want when you are pushing your repository with this command line git commit and initial commit. Okay, if I run it, as you can see, everything has been committed to that package. That means now it's inside the package and it's ready to be shipped to GitHub. Okay, we actually took all the folders here except for the gray ones, and we actually put them inside one container, and that container actually is now ready to be pushed to GitHub. And I will open the browser again, and now we actually need to give we need to set the branch for this repository. So where do you want to push the repository? Which branch do you want to push it to? So that's the thing actually. Here, git branch dash capital M and main. So we want to set the branch name as main. So that's it. As you can see, now it's main branch. Sometimes it's called master or main, so whatever. And then the next one is git remote add origin and the URL to this repository. So basically you want to tell this git repository or the git the URL of your repository. So I will copy it and paste it here. As you can see, git remote add origin. This is basically adding the URL, this URL, the tasbih, as you can see, and this URL, the repository's URL, to this git repository. I will tap on it, and then it actually added it. And then the next one, actually the last one, git push -u origin main. Now we are actually uploading it. Git push u origin main. This means we want to push or upload our project, this project, to main branch. Okay, if you remember here, git branch and main, we set our repository branch, that pushing branch, as main. So we are pushing it to main. Okay, so if I run it, it will push everything inside this folder except the gray ones, which are ignored inside git ignore file. Okay, if your push is successful, you should see something, some message similar to this. As you can see, branch main set up the track origin main, and the things that are uploaded like this, 5.34 megabytes per second done, and blah blah blah. And now the final thing is we come to our page. As soon as you reload this page, your repository should be uploaded here. As you can see, our project has been uploaded, the same folders and files. If you look at these folders and files, there is no, for example, build folder here. There is no build folder. The reason is because, as I told you, this build folder is ignored. Inside git ignore. Okay, that's the reason why we are not seeing that build folder. So that's it, guys. I hope you like this video and that is useful for you. If so, please press the like button and subscribe to my channel if you want to see some new tutorials that are related to GitHub or Flutter, you can actually leave a comment asking me that kind of topic or the kind of tutorial you want to see. See you in the next video.